The hidden story behind JFK's assassination.
Hello, I am Dr. K.P. Stoller, and I still have the giant John Kennedy for President button my mom let me buy when I was still 5 years of age at the Wilshire Campaign headquarters. I still have my dad's delegate badge from the Democratic National Convention from 1960. I was in 4th grade on November 22, 1963. I felt personally connected to this coup d'etat and have spent a great deal of time trying to make sense of it.
The assassination of John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, remains one of the most controversial and debated events in American history. While the official story points to the Patsy Lee Harvey Oswald as the lone gunman, most Americans don't believe it. Many suspect the CIA was involved. But what has remained hidden for decades is the deeper reason why JFK was targeted, not just politically, but existentially. To uncover the truth, we must explore a story that connects UFOs, extraterrestrial technology, and JFK's vision for ending the Cold War. To understand the roots of this story, we must go back to JFK's time as an aide to James Forrestal, the first U.S. Secretary of Defense. Forrestal was a member of the secretive Majestic 12, MJ-12 group, tasked with managing the U.S. government's knowledge of UFOs and extraterrestrial phenomena. But Forrestal became disillusioned with the secrecy and pushed for full disclosure to the American public. This stance put him at odds with MJ-12, and many believe it led to his untimely death under suspicious circumstances. JFK, who worked closely with Forrestal, inherited his mentor's belief in transparency. As president, Kennedy sought to de-escalate Cold War tensions and prevent misunderstandings between the U.S. and the Soviet Union that could arise from UFO sightings or extraterrestrial activity. He believed that sharing information about UFOs with the USSR could prevent catastrophic misinterpretations and foster collaboration between the two superpowers. Kennedy's vision extended beyond UFO transparency. He proposed a joint U.S.-Soviet effort to land on the moon, believing that such collaboration would not only advance humanity's scientific achievements, but also serve as a powerful symbol of peace. By working together on a shared goal, Kennedy hoped to end hostilities between the two nations and bring the Cold War to a close. This idea was revolutionary and deeply threatening to entrenched interests. The Cold War wasn't just a geopolitical conflict. It was an economic engine that fueled defense contractors, intelligence agencies, and military-industrial alliances. Ending the Cold War would have disrupted this lucrative system, threatening the profits and power of those who thrived on perpetual conflict. Kennedy's vision also clashed with the culture within NASA, which was heavily influenced by Operation Paperclip, a program that brought German scientists, including former Nazis, to the United States after World War II. These scientists played a key role in advancing America's space program, but many harbored deep animosity toward the Soviet Union. For them, the idea of collaborating with the USSR was unthinkable, and by association, Kennedy's proposal was seen as a betrayal. Some of these individuals were involved in reverse engineering crashed UFOs, a secretive effort to unlock advanced extraterrestrial technology. This work was closely tied to factions within the CIA, which had its own covert dealings with extraterrestrial entities. Reports suggest that the CIA was bartering with extraterrestrials for scraps of technology. Sharing this information with the USSR, as Kennedy proposed, would have exposed their operations and undermined their control. The Cold War wasn't just a conflict, it was a business. Defense contractors relied on the continuation of hostilities to justify their budgets and maintain their profits. If Kennedy succeeded in ending the Cold War, the economic ripple effects would have been profound, disrupting industries and power structures that thrived on conflict. For the CIA and other entities invested in the status quo, Kennedy's plans were intolerable. His push for transparency on UFOs, collaboration with the USSR, and de-escalation of the Cold War represented a direct challenge to their authority, their secrecy, and their financial interests. While there were many reasons why various factions wanted Kennedy removed, his stance on civil rights, his opposition to certain intelligence operations, and his challenges to the Federal Reserve, The UFO disclosure and Cold War collaboration were the linchpin. These issues united a diverse array of powerful interests against him, including factions within the CIA, defense contractors, and NASA's Operation Paperclip scientists. Kennedy's mistress, Mary Pinchot Meyer, was also targeted. She reportedly shared his views on peace and transparency. Her assassination, like Kennedy's, remains shrouded in mystery, but it underscores the lengths to which these factions were willing to go to silence dissent. Marilyn Monroe met the same fate for the same reason. The termination of John F. Kennedy was not just the removal of a president, it was the silencing of a vision for a more transparent, cooperative, and peaceful world. His efforts to share UFO information with the USSR, end the Cold War, and foster collaboration were revolutionary but ultimately intolerable to those who thrived on secrecy and conflict. And so, the USA entered a dark night that even today we are still fighting with. Essentially, nothing has changed about this in over 60 years, except today, everything is coming out and coming to the fore to be resolved. Because the times they are a-changing, as the song says, and I will leave it at that. As new revelations about UFOs and UAPs emerge, Kennedy's vision feels more relevant than ever. The questions he raised about transparency, cooperation, and the role of extraterrestrial technology in shaping our future remain unanswered. His assassination serves as a stark reminder of the power dynamics that shape our world, and the cost of challenging them. JFK's story is a reminder that the pursuit of truth and peace often comes at a great cost. But it's also a call to action, to question, to seek transparency, and to demand accountability from those in power. The legacy of JFK's vision lives on, and it's up to us to carry it forward. Share this video to keep the conversation alive. The journey to uncover the truth is far from over, but nothing will remain hidden as we move forward.